Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the C-Man Cinema. Sit down. I am outside the AMC in Port Chester, New York, and I've just seen the movie. But first and foremost, I just gotta say, anytime I come out of a movie theater, it's daylight out. Just messes with my head. It is a really nice day, though, by the way. I don't feel like it was this nice when I went into the theater, but it's really, really nice right now. Nevertheless, I just saw a movie. This movie stars Nick Cage. This movie's absolutely friggin' phenomenal. Everything that you have heard about this movie, it is and then some. What am I talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. We're getting ready to dive in fresh out the theater into the unbearable weight of massive talent. Good God, how does a movie like this exist? Like, I love that I live in a world where, like, nerds rule the world, comic book movies are everything, and Nick Cage gets to play himself in a movie where a guy connected to the cartel just wants him to come to his birthday party, and thus Nick Cage gets caught up into a mess of things that involve the CIA. I love that we live in a world where that exists, and this movie is phenomenal. I don't think it should shock anybody that Nicolas Cage was born to play Nicolas Cage in a movie. It's one of those things where I love the fact that writer-director Tom Gormican and Nick Cage lean into all the things that make Nick Cage Nick Cage. The amount of Nick Cage references that are in here, I don't want to, like, spoil them, but, like, hardcore Nick Cage fans, you're gonna geek out more than once in this movie. And I love that they lean into that. I love that they, not just references to movies or things that he's done, but just to, like, how Nick Cage is now, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that he's always working, he's making these little pictures that, like, not a lot of people see. I love that he's back on the big screen. It's been so long since I've seen him in the actual movie theater. And leaning into all that stuff is what makes this movie shine. And you kind of got to sit there and remind yourself that, like, yes, Nick Cage is playing himself, but he is still giving a performance, and it is a very good performance. I mean, he leans in everywhere where he needs to, and yeah, you're letting Nick Cage be Nick Cage, so it works quite well, but, like, he really does turn in a phenomenal performance. He's hysterical, leans into all the action and stunt type things because he's Nick Cage, like, really, really well. I enjoyed all of that stuff. Like I said, writer-director Tom Gormican, phenomenal job, man. I mean, this movie moves. It's fun start to finish. The humor elements are absolutely hysterical. And, yeah, like I said, man, like, it just paints a movie where Nick Cage gets to star as himself, and it's really a buddy movie. It's almost like a buddy cop movie to a degree, with, like, the two cops kind of dancing around each other as potentially bad guys for one another. And this movie really, really works because Pedro Pascal is the freaking man. Like, I can't believe that I just watched this movie and that Pedro Pascal was in it, and I believed, I mean, I'm sure Pedro Pascal probably is a Nick Cage fan, but, like, he really makes you believe that he is, like, this diehard Nick Cage fan who is just in love with the idea that Nick Cage is spending time with him. And as the movie goes and they actually start to form some kind of a relationship, watching the different stages of just pure joy and elation that go through Pascal's face throughout the whole movie, it's phenomenal. And both guys play it so well. You know, I mean, there are times where, like, they just get to be completely honest with each other. There's, mild spoiler, there may be an acid trip scene in this movie. It's just great. But, like, they get to be on opposing sides of one another. There's tension, and they just play off each other so well. And it's really all about those two guys. However, Sharon Horton and Lily Sheen, who makes her debut as Nick's daughter in this, phenomenal stuff from both of them. You know, not like a ton, but when they're on screen, specifically in the first act and the third act, I really enjoyed what they brought. I thought Lily Sheen really popped. Like, you know, someone who's making a debut as Nick Cage's daughter. I thought she did a really, really good job. And yeah, I mean, this is just a fun movie, man. Like, it's laugh out loud as far as the comedy goes. The action and the you know, Nick Cage movie things are all phenomenal. And it's a good time, and it's nice to see, like, movies out in the movie theater that just lean into having a good time. And I love that this exists for Nick Cage because, I mean, he's one of my all-time faves. And, you know, you've kind of had this road where, like, as he's gotten older, people have kind of leaned in and realized more that, like, you know, Nick's a little out there sometimes. And seeing a movie that allows him to lean into that on purpose, man, it was a good time. So why don't we get the C-Maniacs up? Like I said, Tom Gormican, phenomenal job on the writing side. This thing is funny. It's action-packed. It's tense. You know, you have a good time while you're watching it. I loved everything that was going on. Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal, I hope they're best friends forever after this movie, because you really buy into their friendship in this and their relationship that they build, and you just get to have a lot of fun with them. And I mean, Nick Cage just gets to shine on a big screen in a movie theater. It's been a long time since I've seen that. And if I was like, I don't know, anybody that's smart out there, I'd say, hey, you know, let's get National Treasure 3 going, because Nick Cage is making a comeback, I hope. Also cameos, NPH, Tiffany Haddish. I can't ever remember the other guy's name, but all three of them are wonderful. Lily Sheen, Sharon Horton also pitch in really nice. A nice pop for Lily Sheen as a debut. If you're a Nick Cage fan, you're going to love this movie. If you're a fan of movies, you're going to love this movie. If you just want to go have a good time, I think this is the movie that you should probably go check out. So for the C-Man, I gotta go 4.5 out of 5 C-Maniacs. I wanted to go 5, but I can't in my right mind say that it's necessarily better than The Northman. Northman is my second favorite film of the year, following The Batman. But this is one of the most enjoyable movies I've had the pleasure of being in the theater for, and it is. It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for a reason. There's no reason why anybody shouldn't like this movie. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you have, I want to know what you're thinking down below, man. What'd you think? Are you a Nick Cage fan? Do you think this was funny? Did it lean into all the right things that you were hoping it would lean into for Nick Cage? There were some references and jokes that I didn't see coming that I was so glad actually made it into the movie. So if there are any moments like that for you, don't spoil them. But, you know, let me know what you were thinking of the film. If you haven't seen it, have we enticed you? Is it on your list? Anything you got, good, bad, indifferent, on the unbearable weight of massive talent goes down below in the comments section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you do, you want to come hang out with C-Man anytime. We're talking movies, TV, trailer reactions. You just did what the old C-Man does from an energy perspective. If you want to show a little love and support, we'll come join C-Maniac Nation. All you got to do is jump over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. Until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, fresh out the theater, the AMC in Port Chester, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace.
Oh, hey, what's going on? You must be sticking around because you're looking for more content featuring this guy. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You can check out more videos right here and right here. And if you have and you want to come join that C-Maniac Nation, you can hit that subscribe right over there.